how would I even know that even they know something or no? So what I tried as a solution and worked for me, you guys discover your own solution. I started cold calling. So no raising hands. I would just put up a question and then turn by turn, a male, a female, a male, a female. But that I thought it was impartial. For someone else it would be like, oh. So discover your own solution. So for an organization, it is its main responsibility to build a transportation system which is unbiased and welcomes everyone to express. And if somebody is holding back, it is again the organization's responsibility to motivate them to come forward and value whatever input they provide. That's transportation. Next element of infrastructure is expectation. Expectation hurts. Some is not right? But this is actually one of the main things if you want to build infrastructure in any organization or any institution, you may say. So as Devyana already said, there's a thing known as perception, right? And even the state explained it. So perception is what people think about you. So my perception is that this room is very beautiful. Someone else would be, it's too much grading. So that's perception. Same thing, different views. Basically, an individual can expect that speaking up, if they speak up, that won't get them fired. If they can expect that, the organization is successful. So we talk about employee retention. So it's very important to retain employees because you train them, and then it's not that they are just leaving you within 6 months or 1 year, and then you have to train new employees all over again. So if you as an organization or a head of an organization can build an expectation amongst your group that they can expect to come forward and be valued, you're successful. Only 14.2% of the top 5 leadership positions in Fortune 500 companies are held by women, according to Skill and Money analysis. And that's the top 5. So if you go for A, B, C, D level. If you talk about just CEOs, as ma'am described as well, just 24 out of 500. So that's very sad. We need to do something. There's something wrong here. And she has talked about all the biases that we face and that society faces when we think of women leaders. Or leaders, I should say. So, why is that? Let's discuss why that bias is there. Okay, let's imagine something. I want everyone to assume that there is a marathon going on here. Marathon, pata hai sabko? It's like a long 500 kilometer race, right? So, climbing the corporate ladder is like a marathon, right? You would agree. It's not a sprint. And so is entrepreneurship. So, 2 contestants are just standing here, maybe 3-1 and 3-2. So, contestant 1 and contestant 2. It is just about the time to start the marathon. Contestant A, here are the people who are very contestant A. They are like, oh, you've got this. There is just a finish line, just 5 kilometers, go ahead. You got this, you got it. Just be confident, have faith, don't run fast, run steadily, but don't get tired in the middle. So the audience is motivating that contestant. The other contestant right there, what is the point of even joining the race if you have to leave in the middle? You think you should do this? How will you manage it all? And that contestant is whispered these motivations, if you want to say, negative motivations. So who do you think would win? The first one? So that's how society is. Now this contestant as a fresher is a male and that contestant as a fresher is a female. Why do you even want to climb the corporate ladder if you want to get married and have kids? There's no point. So if the people behind her are going to tell her that time and again, how is she going to value herself? So that is the expectation that society is putting forward for women to expect from herself and to expect from the society. So if as an organization a nation, a society, we are able to put an expectation forward that both go ahead and we'll see what happens.